Okay, so I'm just gonna bored and tired and upset, and I don't want to go to bed. So I'm just gonna talk about my favorite, second favorite book series ever. Okay, so my first favorite is Lord of the Rings, and this is kind of like it. People get upset about this book because they say it's a copy of Tolkien and the main character's name is Aragon, but it's just because the guy took the word dragon and replaced the D with an E. So that's why it's Aragon. It's not because the guy in Lord of the Rings. So, yeah, there's gonna be spoilers in this. I can already tell you that now because I'm gonna be rambling a lot. Because I'm upset about when people say that this author is not good and he's just terrible, because he's not. The movies, I think a lot of people base it on his writing on the movie and just read information about the books, because just a lot of what people say is not true at all. So Aragon, he's basically this farm kid, and he finds a blue stone in the woods while he's hunting, and he thinks it's some kind of gem or something, and he finds out that it's a dragon egg, and it hatches for him, and he goes to this storyteller guy and asks for a story about dragons, and he doesn't know it at the time, but this guy's used to be a dragon rider, and the guy tells him a story about the time when the dragon riders basically were the military force or peacekeepers or whatever of I don't know, it's a really weird name, Allegasia. Whoa, that was $95. I'm sorry. I'm distracted easily. This isn't going to be edited at all because I'm lazy right now. Yeah. And I just really like it because the books, because his story develops so much, but in a way that makes a lot of sense. Like, the guy who was a storyteller, he helps him get out of the city, and he teaches them about dragons and things and how to fight and survive. But he ends up dying, and Aragon has to figure out how to cross this, like, basically deserted area. And he ended up meeting this guy, Borg. Bleh. Hang on, one moment. Don't remember how to say his name. I haven't read this in like a year. Don't make fun of me. Wait, there's a name directory in the back of this one. That's the front of this one. Not drunk, just ignore me. Murtaugh. It starts with an M. It's kind of close. No, not really. Murtaugh, who later he finds out is his brother, which I just think that's great because it adds a lot of, like, cool twists to the story later on, but the story actually makes sense of why he's his brother, but they're not fully related. And because Murtaugh's father was one of the 13 dragon riders who rebelled against the Council of Dragon Riders, I think they were called. And his mother was some famous assassin under I can't say his name. I've never been able to say the king's name, but there's name pronunciations in here, and you're just gonna have to give me a second because just Galabatorix. Galabatortix. Sorry. Oh god. But no, really. And just this guy, this king guy, he's just a complete asshole. Forces people into his service by basically exploring the depths of their minds without their permission and figuring out their true names and basically enslaving them against their will, because when you know someone's true name, you can command them to do whatever the fuck you want. So, yeah. And I really don't like him. I mean, kind of in a he's a good villain way, but I don't really. But anyway, and Aragon's father, I can't remember if I said this already, but his father is Bro, I think is how you say the name. Ow. It's not in that one. You're gonna have to forgive my looking up pronunciations through basically this whole thing, because these pronunciations are crap and I don't know how to say them, and it's not in here. Brome. We're just gonna go with that. But anyway, this makes a good armrest. I need to sit with books in my bed more often. But Brome is his father, and he doesn't find out till like the third book. And he goes and he finds out that he goes to the elves after an attack on the rebel camp, which he had traveled to. And he goes with the elves and Princess Chick, and he meets this dude who he finds out is the last living dragon rider besides himself, which isn't completely true at that point in time, because his half-brother ended up having the red dragon egg hatch for him. But I'm not completely drunk, but I'm a little. So I'm gonna ramble a bit in this. But yeah, so he finds that out, and he does all these weird exercises to try and get himself in shape, and he basically has these weird seizures from the wound he got on his back when the rebel camp was attacked. Fix him out of rest. So, yeah. And he basically falls in love with Arya, who's the princess chick I mentioned earlier. But she doesn't really, return his feelings. Because he's, 17 and she's, 103. Something like that. And I really like that pairing, but it just didn't happen in the book. And I'm really getting annoyed. I'm weird. Ignore me. I don't think I'm even gonna post this on the internet, because I'm just really, really fucking awkward. There we go. That's comfortable. Okay, so yeah. So, and the guy who teaches him, he's just he's really cool. I don't know. They say that the elves don't really look old unless they want to, and I don't know. I always picture this dragon rider guy as old, and I really don't know why I'm doing that. But I don't know, I always picture him as kind of old. And I don't know why, because I already explained that, but I don't know. I always kind of thought he'd be good with the elven smith who made all the Dragon Rider swords, but I don't think that even would have happened even if he'd lived. Maybe they were together at one point. It said in the books that elves, they don't really take on partners for their whole lives, and their children are really rare because they're immortal. And yeah. Okay, I'm done. If anyone wants me to talk about this anymore tomorrow, I will. But I'm not rambling in front of this camera anymore.